ones! Welcome back to my channel. This is Asa Tarot, and today's pick a card reading is going to be looking at the significance of your connection with your person. If you're new to pick a card readings, I'll quickly explain how they work. We have 3 piles here, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Go ahead, if you need to, pause the video to decide which pile you feel the most drawn to. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, you can absolutely watch more than one, see if the messages are the same, or if you're thinking of 2 different people, you can assign a pile to one and a different pile to another if you want. It's really up to you. Take it how it's resonating for you and just do what works best. There's no rules here. Well, except for don't murder anyone, but that doesn't really pertain to this in any reason. Anyway, okay. Yeah, so find your pile, scroll down below to the timestamp that is associated with that pile, and then we will get into your reading. Hey there, pile 1. If you guys chose the Ethereal Visions Tarot and the Selenite Heart, this is your reading, and this is the significance of your connection. So pile 1, this is a very, very interesting energy, and the vibe that I'm kind of getting is that one of you is represented in these 2 cards and one of you is represented in these 2 cards, and this card right here is more of the back of the deck energy, and you both are kind of working on a common goal here. Now, if you are in contact with this person, it does seem like there may be a separation in the future, and there's good reason for this. For a lot of you, you might already be in separation with this person, but I feel like for a lot of you, you already know that this connection is very significant, and it's something that you're having trouble letting go of. And so, okay, this is actually really cool, and I'm excited to get into it. So we're just going to go ahead and start with this Knight of Wands in reverse and Judgment. I feel like for most of you, you will recognize this behavior in your person rather than you, but you can absolutely switch the energies. It really doesn't matter. So the Knight of Wands in reverse is kind of I don't want to say this in a bad way, but it kind of isn't the best. Okay. The Knight of Wands in reverse to me is a total F-boy douchebag kind of card to me. It's kind of someone who rushes through life wanting to fulfill their desires without necessarily having any empathy for others or really caring about other people. It's definitely a more me, egocentric mindset of I want what I want and I want to have it now, and I'm gonna be a petulant baby if I don't get it. It's really this interesting dynamic of I'm getting too far ahead of myself, so sorry. This person essentially is kind of just rushing through life. I feel like they operate based on these bursts of motivation or anticipation or excitement, and then it comes to a screeching halt and they kind of disappear. It's a very, very interesting energy of hot and cold, push and pull, in and out. This person might come in and out of your life as well. And I feel like for some of you, for sure, you've had people say, this person is no good for you. You need to get away from them. And I feel like for some of you, you're I know this person, sucks. They suck. I'm sorry if I say too much. But I can't stay away from them. I feel so connected to them. I feel like it's this really, you feel this sort of connection here. And you're right, there is a connection here. You're not going crazy. But the problem is that your person is not mature enough yet. Your person is still in a very low vibrational energy. They're really truly trying to figure life out. essentially, I feel like the universe brought both of you together because the universe wanted your person to slow down. And so essentially your connection is meant to enlighten this person a little more, to their behaviors, to their actions, to how they view others, to how they talk, like everything. I feel like your connection either will be or has already been a bit of an ego death for your person. And this is a lot to take in. I feel like it's possible maybe your person has treated you the same way they treat most romantic partners, where they might be really excited and really in it at first, but it doesn't last. They're not very committal. They might even have a fear of commitment. It's kind of like they rush in and out, and they might have these bursts where like they come back and then they leave again. And that really sucks. And I don't blame you if like this is what you're going through and like you're really confused, because it's a really difficult energy to deal with. And so part of their problem is that their devil energy is essentially this idea of like only wanting what they want. They're not grounded. They don't have the ability to stick through something till the end. Once they don't have that like initial feeling of motivation and drive, then they pull back and they kind of disappear because they're consistently looking for that excitement energy again. And they might use substances or something of that nature to achieve that. They might really like to like party or stuff like that. And I feel like this connection has helped prompt the idea of, oh, maybe this lifestyle isn't the best for me. Maybe I'm being kind of a jerk. Maybe I need to slow down. And I feel like for your person, they don't like see themselves, like I feel like they haven't very been self-reflective in the past, and so this is the first time they're truly looking at themselves from an authentic light, and I feel like it's very, very tough to sit with. So I do feel like that's kind of part of the reason you guys may be in separation right now, if you are. But this is very essential because this is helping your person awaken. And maybe it's not to a higher power or anything of that nature, but just awakening to the nature of themselves and getting closer to their higher self. So moving on to the second energy, the energy that I feel like is more so you. I feel like you guys are maybe further along than this person is in terms of like understanding yourself and understanding the nature of connections and being more in tune with that idea. And so I feel like you guys recognize that there's something really special here. And you see your person as like who you would, I feel like you look at your person maybe through rose-colored glasses or an idealized version of them. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it definitely does hinder things a little bit, like it clouds things because it's hard to look at your person for their behaviors in the present because you're consistently looking at them in your mind through an idealized version of them. I'm getting like a lot of heavy water energy, even though water isn't in here. In terms of signs that we have all the fixed signs, so Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and what is the last one? Scorpio. And then Capricorn with the devil, and Leo, Aries, Sagittarius with the wands, and Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus with the pentacles. But I do get a heavy water vibe from this, especially from this ask for help card. But anyway, I definitely feel like you've been very impatient about this connection, and you've just been really wanting it to go along, and because you recognize the strength of this connection and you recognize that there's something really special here and you want it to happen, you want it to come to fruition, and it hasn't yet. And the reason for that is your quote devil energy is that you're having trouble understanding that things don't work on your time. They work on the universe's time. And I feel like you maybe struggle with this idea of like all or nothing thinking. Like, well, if it's not happening now, then it'll never happen. And like, I feel like maybe you get anxious and work yourself up over it and maybe fear, have a lot of fear about this connection. And so what the universe is trying to get you to understand is that, yes, you're right. This is a special connection. The problem is that it's not time for it right now, because there are a lot of things that need to happen in this person's life and in your life in order to come together at the right time. The fact, I honestly would have said that it seems like this person is a karmic if I hadn't gotten this marriage card, and then also the back of the deck energy on this card, or this deck, which is longing. Someone is secretly yearning for you. I do feel like your person misses you a lot, and I do feel like there's longing on both sides. But like the back of the deck energy here was codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. And it's possible you might honestly be feeling addicted to this connection to the point where even though you're in separation, like you can't seem to free yourself from it. And so the universe, I feel like, is really trying to get you to understand that, like, one, you can ask your guides and things of that nature for help. This ask for help card is really important. I feel like it's the most important card we have here. It says, what do you really need? Be willing to accept support. And so I feel like this ask for help card is really speaking to the idea of, like, if you need to talk to your guides to work through this, like, they are willing to be there for you. It might take a while to like clearly communicate with them in any way, shape, or form, but I mean, you can of course go to a reader, or, you know, if you feel like you need counseling or something like that. Like, not about this connection, but just maybe in general. Maybe there's a lot of things in your life where you're not necessarily achieving your potential because maybe your head's in a different like area than it should be, and you're spending a lot of energy on something that isn't really serving you. And so I feel like, especially if this connection is in separation, it's not over. And allow yourself to breathe, because just because it's not happening right now doesn't mean it never will. This denial card says detach with love to clearly see the truth. And we also have free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life, and separation, time apart from your partner, is on the horizon. I feel like this is all talking about how this connection to you is sort of that devil energy. You feel tied to it, you feel stuck to it, and it feels like you can't move forward. And you're stuck maybe in the past, overthinking this connection, possibly not being able to let go of it. And I feel like Spirit is kind of trying to get you to understand that even if this connection isn't in your life, you will be okay. Like, the sun will still shine. There will still be people that love you. You will still have wonderful opportunities. You are just as whole and amazing and beautiful with or without this person. This person does not define you. You define you. And it's very important that you understand that you are not chained to this connection. You are not tethered to this connection. This connection does not define you. You define you. And in the meantime, this person is going to learn to grow the hell up and get their shit together. Like, I feel like this person has been in this Knight of Wands in reverse energy for like far too long, where it's just like, all right, buddy, come on, let's get right side up. Let's get some progression here. We want some king or queen energy. We don't want any of this anymore. And so you have to be able to detach yourself from this person so that they can truly grow and you can truly grow. Because the fact that we have the Wheel of Fortune here, and Judgment, and Marriage, and the Devil, just goes to show that you guys do have a very strong connection, and you were both brought into each other's lives at a certain point to get yourselves past these, quote, devil energies that you both are dealing with, because everyone has a shadow side to them, and everyone has things that they need to overcome. And I feel like this person is needing to learn that they can ask for help too. I feel like this person is someone who is so independent. they don't even want to like look at the idea that they might have devil or shadow energies, but everybody does, and that's okay. Nobody's perfect, and it's ridiculous to expect people to be like perfect, you know? But yeah, so basically I think that the significance of this connection is that you guys are both brought into each other's lives at a time where it was meant for you both to like be aware of habits in your own personal lives that you may have been struggling with or may not have recognized were there. And now that there is a separation coming on, you're going to be able to truly work through this so that you can come back together when the time is right, you know, Wheel of Fortune here, and have this sacred union that you know, that you feel is already here. Because this is a confirmation that like, yes, like this is special. This will come back. Like, if you love something, let it go. You know what I mean? Like, there is definitely more to the picture here than meets the eye. And I promise that the more you work on yourself and the more you work through these energies, whether you're this side or you're this side, and also like, don't take my insults to this side to heart. Like, I don't think this person is a bad person at all. Like, I just think that they're kind of in, you know, more of that selfish, egotistical energy. And I feel like this person is really more just trying to trust the universe, learning how to trust the universe and trust their situation and things of that nature. So let's go ahead and look at some channeled messages for you guys. So what would pile one's person say to pile one if they could? Okay, we had 3 fallout, so I'm going to take them. I lost myself for a little while, so yeah, that makes sense. I remember every detail of that day, so maybe there's a special day, or like maybe the day the separation happened that really helped awaken this person. I know that I crossed the line with you, and so yes, okay, I really like this one. I don't like that they crossed the line with you. I don't like that at all. But I do like that I feel like this is what's bringing in that awakening. Because what I find interesting here is that you both have these like reversed energies, and they're supported by something very spiritual and very powerful. And so, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's cool. And then on the back of the deck, we have, you were the best thing in my life. And so I do feel like your person is really seeing that now. They are seeing that you guys do have a very special connection. And with this denial, detach with love to clearly see the truth. And that kind of like ties in with free yourself. And I feel like this is kind of what you need to do in order to like look at the situation objectively and be like, okay, yes, they're not the right person for me right now. That doesn't mean that they're not the right person for me forever, but I do need to let go of this right now so that I can heal, I can work on myself, and I can be the best version of myself so that if this does come back, I will be ready to receive it and be in the best frequency, if you will, to receive it. So let's go ahead and do charms. Also, let me know if you like these or my channeled messages, or you want to see a mix of both. I just got these, so I'm kind of still testing them out, but I definitely want to know what you guys prefer, because that helps me decide what I'm doing. So, the significance of pile one and their connection. Okay. So we have this stopwatch, which always makes me think of divine timing, also makes me think of the Wheel of Fortune, and that like reaffirms the Wheel of Fortune. We have the seahorse, which is all about watching and waiting. It also makes me think of the Lovers, because it is on one of my tarot decks, the Lovers is 2 seahorses, so it makes me think of that. And then we have the World card. So This could be a long distance connection. This could be maybe you met this person traveling, or it also makes me think of the World card. So like no matter where in the world this person is, like you just feel like their world, or they feel at home with you, something of that nature. And we have the little ducky, and this makes me think of like getting your ducks in a row, getting your SHIT together, like, you know, getting all your everything you need in line. We have the flying piggy, you know, flapping his wings. So this kind of makes me think of believing in the impossible. You know, it makes me think of the saying, when pigs fly, and you might never believe that like what you're hoping for will happen, but this is always like a reminder to me, like, you know, believe in the impossible. Like, it can happen, and if you truly believe it, like, it probably will happen. And then we have this charm that says, not my circus, not my monkeys. And so basically what this charm means to me is like, when someone's dealing with a lot of craziness in their life, like, it's not your job to fix them. That's kind of like the idea I get. Like, not my craziness, not my monkeys, not my circus. Like, I'm not worrying about it. So it's kind of like a message to you to like, focus on you, focus on yourself. Like, the right things will come. And then we have the French horn, and we did have judgment. So this talks about that awakening. And then with the dragonfly too, the dragonfly is all about truth transcending illusion, and like, you know, someone basically seeing the truth. So with these, and this is a broken piece of a clear quartz tower. So I feel like, you know, this person will have a tower moment, and maybe that tower moment was losing you or losing this connection. And so now, you know, they're going to have that awakening, and like this truth will prevail over the illusion. And then we have the crown. So you could be dealing with a Leo or Leo energies, something very prideful or egotistical. We also have the match here. So this is kind of affirming that there is like a fiery like passion here between the both of you. You guys do make a good match. Definitely you're not crazy by feeling these things. With the coffee cup, I always think of like feeling energized, or you know, you could have like met on a coffee date, or they might ask you to get coffee when all of this settles, or maybe you just made this person feel very energized and they really liked being around you. We also have this cat, which makes me think of independence, but also intuition, and kind of like, and because this cat is sleeping, it makes me think of like sleeping on the connection for now, because it's not going to serve you at this moment in time. And then we have the little elephant here, and it just makes me think of, you know, someone who is wise and gentle and kind, and this is kind of like who you can evolve to be if you don't identify with that already. But it also talks about like overcoming obstacles successfully, and so I think that this is kind of a representation of that. And then we have the charm that says it is what it is, and so I feel like, you know, this is just a reminder to free yourself, acknowledge the situation for what it is, but don't get too lost in what it means. You know, things of that nature. I say this all the time, so when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that. Let's see, we also have smile. It's the same in all languages, so I feel like Spirit is really trying to tell you to keep your hopes up, stay happy, stay in a positive vibration. And then we have the letter I and a heart, and we also have more dragonflies and a butterfly in there. And we have an R, so this kind of makes me think of Rhode Island, but that is a very small state, the smallest state actually, so that will only apply to some of you. Kind of wanted to get some more initials. We'll see if we get anything to come out. Yeah, so here we have this ribbon, which I always think about like tying up loose ends. And then we have a B and a W or an M, whichever way you want to see it. And then we have the number 6 on a die, which the 6 is also the number of the Lovers. So I will kind of like give you a little close-up shot. Hopefully you can see all of them. But I think this is where I'm going to leave your reading, pile one. I really, really hope it resonated. Definitely let me know down in the comments if it did, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video so I can keep putting out more videos. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, I'm not currently booking right now, but I will be in the future, so definitely check back later. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to read your cards and charms. I really hope that it gave you some clarity. Thank you so much for watching this the whole way through, and I hope you have a lovely day or night, whatever it is, and hopefully I will see you guys again soon. Bye! Hey there, pile two. If you guys chose the Tiger's Eye Heart and the Santa Muerte Tarot, this is your reading, and this is the significance of your connection with your person. So what I'll say I'm picking up on right away is that one of you is definitely this Page and one of you is this Queen. I am feeling like for more of you watching, you are in this Queen of Cups energy, and your person is in this Page of Swords energy, but they can absolutely be switched, flip-flopped. Just take whichever works for you. And then these two cards, I feel like this one kind of matches the Page, this one matches the Queen, but the back of the deck energy, the Two of Swords, kind of represents where you're both at within this connection. So here's kind of what I'm getting is going on. So I feel like your person, I'm going to read this as your person because I feel like for most of you it is this person, but if it's switched, just like take it however it works for you. But I feel like this person is pretty independent and maybe not necessarily very focused on love. They might not be very mature. They could even just like literally be like physically young. Or they just have a youthful energy to them. Someone who's pretty independent, focused on themselves, focused on what they're interested in. They could be a student or just someone who is intelligent, academic, in their head a lot, but very logical. I feel like this person is usually kind of just off in their own head, like doing whatever, thinking about whatever. Whereas you, I feel like you are more evolved than this Page energy. And I feel like you offered your heart to this person. And I feel like you recognize that there is something really special here, something very unique. And something happened where your person did something to betray you. Maybe they rejected your offer, or maybe they weren't honest about how willing they were to, how do I want to say this? They weren't willing to put in the time and energy required to uphold your connection. I also feel like your person, you know, the Five of Swords energy is pretty selfish energy. And I feel like maybe even if your person wasn't meaning to do something selfish and rude, they did. And I do feel like there's some guilt about it, but I feel like your person maybe isn't trying to face that right now. But I feel like you both are at a crossroads, essentially. For you, I feel like this person really hurt you. Or if anything, even if you're not hurt by it, you're not wanting to humor the situation. You're not really sure what to do in the situation. I feel like you're like, I'm not sure if I should stick around in this connection or if I should just, you know, cut them off, cut them off, cut her off, whoever, and leave. Because I don't feel like this person truly appreciates my energy. I don't feel like this person is sorry for what they did, whatever the case may be. But I feel like you feel trapped because you recognize that this is a really significant connection. The fact that we have the Six of Cups here and this past life love, your soul remembers this intense connection, first of all, shows that you're more evolved in this person because you recognize that. But secondly, it's kind of just confirming this idea that this is a soulmate of some type. You may not be together forever, but this is definitely an essential connection in both of your lives. I feel like for your person, they are needing to learn how to accept love in general. Heavy air sign vibes from this: Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Both of their energies are represented by swords, whereas your energies are represented by water. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, very loving, very emotional energy. And this is very logical, very straightforward energy. I feel like your person doesn't know how to accept love. They don't really know how to, like, it's almost like you're trying to communicate in two different, like, you guys communicate in two different ways. Like, I feel like a lot of the ways you communicate are very subtle. Like, they might be like little loving gestures or little things that kind of have a lot of emotion behind them, and they just like do not register to this person. Whereas your person is very just like straightforward and logical, and you're like, and I feel like you might be kind of put off by it because it almost seems like there's no emotion attached, and you're like, do you even have any feelings for me at all? Like, what is this? What's going on? And so I feel like it's kind of a tricky energy to deal with, because like you guys don't know how to communicate to each other. I'm sorry. Like, it sounds very frustrating, but you kind of have to laugh at the same time, because it's like if you were both trying to like communicate the same message, but you spoke different languages, and you have to like put them in a translator, and then the translator does it incorrectly, and so then you guys have no idea what you both like actually want. I feel like there's been a lot of miscommunication here. I feel like maybe there was a lot of seriousness in this connection, like, too quickly, and I feel like maybe this person wasn't ready for it, and maybe you weren't even ready for it, but you couldn't help but follow what your emotions were feeling. But I feel like your person is kind of in this energy of like not knowing what to do either, because I do feel like they recognize that you are a special person. Like they recognize that you went out of your way to give them your heart. And like, cause literally like this Queen of Cups is literally like offering her heart here, like Twilight with the apple style, like, here's my heart. And this person is just like here with his little quill, like writing down whatever, and he's like, oh my god, what do I do with that? Like like I feel like this person like does not know how to do this, and that doesn't mean that they have like nefarious intentions or don't like you. It's just they're like, I have no idea how to deal with this. Like, this is totally new. And so I feel like for you, the significance of this connection is quite literally teaching someone how to understand emotions, how to understand love. And so like you're teaching them that, how to accept love, how to receive love, that they're worthy and they're deserving of love. It's very possible that they took on this very logical standpoint early on in life because maybe they didn't get the love that they needed in the past, like from family or something like that. And so they've really just tried to protect their heart and tried to stay out of their heart space in general. And so I feel like, you know, your job and this connection has been to show this person that they are worthy of love, that they are deserving of love. And for you, this is more of like, they are kind of teaching you that not everyone is going to understand how you communicate and how you come across. And so that's when you have to learn how to be creative and show your love in ways that maybe you never have before in order for them to get what you're trying to say. I also do feel like, you know, this is teaching you to be more patient and understand what it is you deserve out of a relationship. Like, if you feel like this person really crossed the line with you and you're having trouble like deciding if you're gonna stay or you're gonna move on, like, it's totally up to you. And I feel like you need to learn how to trust yourself and separate from your emotions so that you can determine. So I feel like you need to take on some of their logical viewpoint in terms of determining what is the best course of action for you and what is of your highest good. And so with this card, rest and relaxation is essential. It says we all have a fundamental need to take a break. And I feel like going within, kind of getting into that hermit Virgo energy of just like retreating, allowing yourself to understand the situation and give this person time to come forward and apologize. I think you'll know by then what it is you truly want, because I feel like the fact that this is a heavy connection, you know, past life love and Six of Cups, like, it's hard to separate those feelings and decide what is truly like right for this situation, what you should actually be doing. And also I want to mention on the back of this deck, we had chemistry, this attraction, the attraction you feel is mutual. So like you both are attracted to each other. You both feel that this is special. And I feel like that's why this person is actually pretty nervous about apologizing to you, because I feel like they really care about your opinion and what you think. And maybe they're worried that that love wouldn't be there anymore, or that you wouldn't want to hear from them. So maybe they're waiting to come back. But we also, on the back of this deck, had forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So I do feel like this person is going to come forward. Trust that they're going to come forward and they will apologize for whatever it is that they did. And don't hold it too much against them. But I feel like you won't have any issues with that, because you seem in general to be a very loving person. And with this playfulness card and the Six of Cups, those are kind of very similar energies to me. And I feel like, you know, kind of matching their youthful energy here and just having fun with them. Like after they apologize and own up to whatever it is that they did, I feel like this will really help you both kind of settle maybe any intense energy that's still lingering. And I feel like it can open up the pathway to something more substantial. I think the biggest thing though is for both of you to kind of understand where the other person is coming from, that you guys are kind of on two different wavelengths in terms of how you communicate what you're thinking or feeling on the inside, and figuring out a way to translate that to each other. So let's see what your person would say to you if they could. So what would pile two's person say to pile two if they could? So I feel you, even though we are apart, your soul remembers this intense connection. So yeah, I feel like you guys are really connected at a soul level, and I feel like your person is trying to like avoid, like they what do I want to say? They want to like, they just bury themselves in their work and stuff because they're like, I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know what's going on. Like, why am I so like, I've never been so tripped up over a person before. And I feel like, yeah, they're like, they don't know how to deal with this. Like, they're a page dealing with a freaking queen. Like, come on. They're like, how do I deal with this? But you know what? It's not your fault. You're so evolved, honey. Live in it. Be proud of it. Own it. You deserve it. Queen. Oh, I love queens. I only want queens watching me. I'm kidding. Everyone is welcome, but I love my queens. Okay. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? Okay, we just had a bunch pop out. Okay, so we had these two come out. This one says we need to let each other go. And this one says my life is not together as it seems. Honey, we can't tell. And then we have, I left when I saw you with someone. So maybe it's possible you tried to like move on because this person, so maybe this person felt betrayed too. Maybe that Five of Swords energy went both ways. Take it how it resonates. And then we have, I can't stop thinking about you. So I do feel like your person is still focused on this connection. I want to see what's on the back of the deck. I am not available. So yeah, I do feel like, and I don't think that this availability is in terms of like other people. I feel like they're just kind of in their own space. They're doing their own thing. But that doesn't mean that they don't still think about you and they don't still see you. But I do feel like this person will come back and apologize when the time is right. I think maybe the channel messages are like some are meant for some are meant for others, so take what resonates. Also, let me know if you prefer these or the ones that like have my handwriting on them, or if you want a mix of both. I'm just trying these out for the first time, so I figured I would do these alone to give you guys an idea of like the difference, and then y'all can let me know what you are feeling. So let's go ahead and get into charms now. See what we can get from that. So, pile choose person. Okay. So first we have this locket that says, I carry your heart with me. I feel like this is kind of both ways because it's on the front and the back. And so it's like, even if you guys aren't together, like you still have each other's hearts with you. And it's kind of cool because we have the key. Oh my gosh, we have the lock and the key. Ah, oh, okay. Yeah, so this kind of talks about how like you kind of opened up a lot of feelings and ideas for this person that they might not have even realized were there. And I feel like even if these feelings are secret or they remain a secret, like this is a thing for both of you. Oh, we have a Z attached to this, and we also have an R right here. Then we have this door, which makes me think of like when one door closes, another opens. Don't shut out any new opportunities. But we have both elephants here. So I do feel like you both are learning from this situation, growing from this situation. I feel like you both have an intuitive bond that really won't be broken, even if you guys are like separated or far away. But I do feel like you guys will find the path back to one another when the time is right, and if you choose to, because it's all about, you know, determining if it's right for you. And then we have a little gumball machine, which to me kind of like makes me think of like how you don't really get to choose like what you, like you never quite know what's gonna come. You know, like in a gumball machine, you put the coin in and you don't really get to choose like what color comes out, but you're still getting a gumball. So it's like, it's not a bad thing. And so I feel like this is always like the universe's reminder of you will get what you want. So like if what you want is a partner, emotional love, satisfaction, you will have it. You just don't get to choose how you get it. So that's kind of like the fun. That's like the surprise of it. We also have the sun, which makes me think of Leo energy, but I also see it as like illumination on this connection, like things to still come. And I think, you know, you're just a bright person and you light up this person's life in a beautiful way. And I do think they see you as someone very positive and very sunny. We also have the duck again. And so I see the duck as, you know, people kind of getting their ducks in a row, getting everything lined up, being ready for whatever comes next. I do feel like you are the key to unlocking this person's emotions. I know I kind of said that already, but figured I would reiterate that. And this heart really makes me think of unconditional love, because it's like a heart that's earned its pearls of wisdom and it hasn't like allowed anything broken to hurt it or damage it. And I feel like this is maybe representing you. Like you have like a really great heart, and don't be discouraged by the things that you're going through, because you're just gaining wisdom and it's going to help you protect your heart better in the future and know what's right for you and what isn't. We also have the squirrel spirit. Squirrel spirit, I meant charm. And this just makes me think of working hard, staying busy, doing what you need to do, and not allowing outside forces to make you stray from whatever you're passionate about or what you're working on. And then we have the record player. So this kind of makes me think of like, one, you might be hearing messages about this connection through music, or you might be feeling like a broken record, like your thoughts of this person. That person said like in that channel message, I can't stop thinking about you. So maybe they think about you on a loop like a broken record. Then we have this little angel, which always makes me think of a connection that's being divinely guided. Also, this angel has little flowers on it, so if there's significant flowers in your connection, or like significant flowers in your life, they could be a message from your angels. And we also have the shoe, so I do feel like, you know, this is a connection that just fits really well. It like fits right, if that makes sense, and feels very special. You could also have really great style that this person might appreciate. And then I think we have one more letter. Yeah, so we have the letter C. So we have a C, a Z, and an R. So I will go ahead and show these up close for you guys. So I think that is all I have for you guys, pile 2. Definitely let me know down in the comments how it resonated, what you want to do about the channel messages, if you want to see a mix of both or one or the other. Thank you so much for letting me read your cards and charms and watching all the way through. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like and subscribe to see more videos like this. As usual, I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night, whatever it is, and hopefully you'll come back and see me again soon. Bye! Hey there, pile 3. If you guys chose the pink stone, it might be rhodonite, but I'm honestly not too sure. If you know, definitely let me know. This is your reading, and this is the significance of your connection with your person. I am heavily picking up on like a past energy. I really feel like this is some kind of ex. And I want to affirm that this was definitely a significant relationship in your life. Whether it's meant to last and come back in, that's up to you. But this energy is really heavy on like a first love, or like a real intense love that didn't end super well, and really like crushed you both, honestly. But you both came out stronger for it, and you both learned essential lessons from it. And so if this is not resonating, I would definitely pick a different pile, because this is definitely like, if this is someone new that you just started talking to, I feel like this is not the pile for you, because yeah, I mean, this could be what will come if you've already had these feelings, but this is kind of a heavy pile, and I don't want anyone to feel like triggered. Obviously, like, you are in control of your own destiny and all these things, but I feel like there are some essential messages here, especially if you have been really hurt and upset over this connection. There's a lot of important things I want to say, and there are also very good things about this pile, so definitely stay tuned. Don't like click away because it's not what you thought you wanted to hear or anything. So I'll just go ahead and get into it. I do feel like this connection really challenged your view of what you thought love was, or what you both thought love was, and what you thought you wanted out of life. I feel like this was a connection where you both kind of lost yourselves in each other. You both, you know, thought this was like going to be forever. It felt so real, and it was real, and it was important. But this is heavy karmic vibes for me, heavy karmic vibes. And I feel like the reason that is because you guys are, through this connection, we're meant to learn what is healthy in a relationship and what is not. And then on top of that, learn to communicate effectively with yourself and others, and ask for what you want out of life and out of a partner. So starting here with this 3 of Swords and the 7 of Cups, I feel like this relationship ended and it really broke both of your hearts. I feel like you both were really sad. Well, obviously with this 5 of Cups too, like you both were very sad about this connection. I feel like it was a 2 of Cups situation originally, where it felt really right, it felt really beautiful, it felt like it was meant to be. And as time went on, I feel like communication got really tough. Maybe someone was dishonest. Addictions, so substances, addictions to really anything, addiction to each other really hindered this connection. Like maybe there was jealousy or possessiveness, or like, I honestly, for some of you, I feel like this was a really toxic relationship, and like I kind of like want to start crying, because like I'm sorry if I say like too much, but this just feels like so heavy and just such a toxic like energy, and something that really, really, I feel like maybe broke both of you or one of you and made you question your worth and question whether this was like, whether you were worthy of love and whether anyone was ever going to be right for you. I feel like you both kind of evolved into someone who detached themselves from their heart space, tries to think about things logically, doesn't really let people in very easily. Like, you don't wear your heart on your sleeve, and even if you're having feelings for someone, you don't let them know very quickly. But this situation was meant to teach you what is not right in a relationship and what you don't want in a relationship, and what won't serve you. The fact that we have the High Priestess in reverse here really shows me that you lost touch with yourself. And I feel like this person too, you guys both, there's honestly a lot of mirroring energy here, and that's why it feels like this person was some kind of soulmate. Now, if they were like abusive or toxic or wrong, I don't want to call them a soulmate. I don't want to condone that behavior. But if it was just, you both lost sight of yourselves, you both did things you're not proud of, something like that, I do feel like it was some kind of karmic situation that was meant to play out for the both of you. I feel like maybe you feel still connected to this person through dreams or something like that. But I feel like you both, the longer this connection continued, the more disillusioned you both were, and it was harder to see like what your clear path was. This back to what you love, evaluate your desires, shows this path here, and it illuminating. It kind of feels like you were in the woods with this person. Like, you couldn't necessarily see the path and the way out. Everything was kind of confusing. You couldn't really trust your gut. I feel like you second guessed yourself a lot. And if you notice, like in the picture here, this figure is looking down, this figure is looking over there, this figure is looking over there. It kind of seems like you were never truly fully on the same page after the very beginning of this relationship. And it's very possible that maybe both of you got together because you were both getting over some kind of other heartbreak, and it's like you guys latched onto each other, and what you thought was going to be really beautiful ended up crashing and burning to... that's not really fun to say, but like, it definitely feels like this is a very essential connection in terms of learning how to heal and how to figure out what you want and what you're worthy of. There was a lot of disappointment here, a lot of confusion, not much straightforward energy. And so I feel like moving forward, you're kind of in this energy of like, I know what I want. I don't want anyone lying to me. Like, I want something straightforward. I want something honest. Like, I'm not letting someone in unless it feels right. And I feel like Spirit is kind of maybe reminding you, hey, remember, like, you're not just speaking clearly with other people. You need to start speaking clearly with yourself and get in touch with yourself. Because here's the good thing. One, this situation was meant to teach you that despite what this other person said, despite what they did, you do deserve love, and you are lovable. You are so lovable. You guys are amazing, Pile 3. And you have new love coming. And here's what's more exciting about this new love coming is we have engagement on the back of this deck. And then we have marriage on the back of this deck. So if you were also drawn to Pile 1, I would watch Pile 1 because there were kind of similar things in here about that. And maybe this could be like this new love coming in could be someone from your past that you thought would work out and didn't. That might just be for some of you. But I feel like this connection was meant to teach you to trust in the universe, to understand that you deserve love. And maybe if you're feeling like, oh, maybe I made a wrong decision, like being around this person, or I deviated from my path, you didn't deviate from your path. You were actually meant to be with this person so that you could learn all of this stuff. that's why I feel like this trust is here. Like, trust that you didn't, like, I feel like if you're being hard on yourself because you feel like you made the wrong decision or you weren't meant to go that way and you didn't trust yourself, like, it's okay. You were meant to do that because you needed to learn all of these lessons. You needed to learn how to go within again. You needed to learn that you can get so enmeshed into someone else that you lose sight of yourself and you lose sight of what you wanted and what you deserve. And the fact that you're getting out of that now, which is beautiful, but the fact that it is the Queen of Swords and like it is dark, like you're a little darker, you're a little more hesitant, you're a little more afraid to like truly let that in. And so Spirit is telling you to go back and focus on what it is that you love, what you felt like you lost in this connection. Maybe you didn't put as much time and energy into yourself as you once did. Maybe you didn't just like truly listen to yourself. And so I feel like this is kind of what this is saying. There's so many butterflies here, and it makes me think of like beautiful transformation and coming back into the light and seeing the good things life has to offer, because I feel like this is a really dark deck, and maybe you guys bonded over similar like mental health, like it honestly kind of feels like trauma bonding a little bit for some of you. Obviously just take what resonates, but I feel like trauma bonding can be a very powerful thing, and it's comforting in the beginning, but then it can deviate into something really negative really fast. And so you have to know how to get yourself out of that situation when you are in it. But the beautiful thing is that there is more love coming your way, and you do deserve love. You are lovable. So I am going to pull channel messages from this person if you are curious. It's possible maybe even this new love will come out, but really just take what resonates and decide what feels right for you. So let's see what pile three's person wants. And what's interesting is that I felt like in the last two piles, I picked up on the energy of the other person more. And in this pile, I feel like the person that you're asking about, you guys mirror each other a lot, and so it just makes sense for me to say you, or like I'm just focused on your energy. It's one of those two things, but I feel like for this pile especially, there's a lot of mirroring and a lot of like being on the same path in a way. So what would pile three's person say to pile three? You and I were too young, so that could definitely make sense and resonate. You hadn't figured each other out yet. And if you notice, this card is a 3 underneath the 3 of Swords. So what pile 3? And it's pile 3. Oh, pile 3 person. Let's see, pile 3. I want to tell you how I feel, so maybe there's some unresolved feelings that you guys need to speak through. The fact that you both of your back of the deck energy is the Queen of Swords. Maybe you guys will have some like things just to air out to one another. We also have I left when I saw you with someone, and I'm pretty sure this came out in the first or second deck. So maybe this person, take that one how it resonates. And then on the back of the deck, we have it's time for me to heal now. So I do feel like you both are in this healing energy, coming back to what you love so that you can invite real love in. I do feel like if this feels right for you, if this feels like you're going to come, like this connection is going to come back again, I feel like that's absolutely possible if you believe it. But in order to invite that in, you have to be in the vibration and be doing what you love. But I do feel like there is a lot of healing that needs to be done here. So just take the messages from this, because this one definitely seems to be like simultaneously the most straightforward and the most complicated energy. So it's kind of like interesting. But let's go ahead and look at your charms here. So, pile 3's person, what is the significance of this connection with pile 3? Okay, we got a lot. So we have the clear quartz. that was once a clear quartz tower that got broken. So I feel like, you know, there was some kind of tower moment, and there is a desire to clear the energy here and work through whatever may be here. We also have the sun, so I feel like there is a desire for illumination, for happier days, for better days. Leo energy represented here. I also feel like, you know, this connection was meant to illuminate a lot of inner wounds within the both of you and illuminate what maybe you don't want in a connection and what doesn't work. We also have the seahorse, which I feel like is all about watching and waiting and seeing what is right for you, like not making sudden movements, just being patient, kind of going with the flow of the ocean, if you will. And then we have the clock here, which to me is all about divine timing, trusting in divine timing and that things will work out when they are meant to work out. We also have, we had the elephants come out in every single pile today. You guys got a lot of letters too, wow. And this is all about, you know, overcoming obstacles, becoming wiser, being very loving and gentle. We also have this little heart here that's like kind of has like these little swirls and open things. So I feel like this is all about opening your heart up again and recognizing that you did have things that cut into your heart, wounds that cut deep, but that doesn't mean that that's the energy you're going to be in forever. You know, don't stress too hard. We also have the little coffee cup. So I feel like, you know, maybe this person made you feel really energized, or, you know, maybe coffee has a significant meaning in your connection. We have a 6. Well, this is actually a 9, but it came up as a 6. So 6 or 9 could be significant. We also have a 2 here. We also have this little turtle, which is more Virgo energy, and it says life is not a race. And so I feel like this is a great, this kind of also goes in with that divine timing, because it's like, it will happen when it's right. Like, everything will make sense at some point. We also have the little paw print charm, so animals could be special in this connection. And then we have the little cross with hearts in them. And so this to me is all about having faith, but also being in the vibration of love so that you can receive love and have, you know, a connection of the highest good. We also have this little music charm. So music could be significant to your connection. You could be clairaudient or receive messages through music. And then we have the blue charm, which really makes me think of communication, the desire to clear the air. So, you know, maybe you will hear from this person and you guys will maybe talk about your relationship, or you could get communication on the 5D about this connection. We have the crown here, which we also had in a different pile, which to me is more Leo energy. Same with the sun, but also maybe like letting go of egos, being prideful. And then we have the little door, and so I feel like this is always a reminder, you know, when one door closes, another opens. There are always new opportunities ahead. And then we have the little teardrop, like clear quartz type thing. So, you know, if you've been crying over this connection, Spirit's saying, don't cry, don't be upset, we love you. But there will be better days. There will be brighter, sunnier days. We have a lot of letters. So we have Q, V. I keep getting the name Vanessa. Like I keep hearing it, and so, and like Quinn or Quinton. So like, if those are significant, that might be for some of you. It just means that this message is especially for you. We have an F. We have an E. We have iron. Get it? We also have a T. We have another Q, so Qs could be very significant, or maybe you guys have questions for each other that you want to have answered, and that will help you understand things better. And then we have an N, so I was kind of thinking of 10. There's like a 2 and a 9, 10. But yeah, that also once again makes me think of like Quentin, like, even though that's not really, I don't think that's how you spell it, but I mean, that's not like we have all the words anyway, but like, yeah, I will go ahead and zoom in on these charms here. So I think that is all I have for you guys today, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way through. If you really enjoyed it, definitely let me know down in the comments and leave a like and subscribe so I can keep making more videos like this. If you like these channeled messages or you want to see my other ones or you want to mix of both, definitely let me know because I'm not so sure what my format is going to be with that moving forward. Thank you guys so much for giving me the opportunity to read your cards and charms. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. So I hope you have a wonderful day or night, whatever it is, and hopefully you'll come back and visit me again soon. Bye!